Chapter begins and the ball comes flying into Japan's penalty box and Oliver Aiku gets into position. Onazi is charging in with explosive speed. This is a one-on-one duel right in front of the goal. Aiku feels the pressure. Aiku thinks it hurts his pride that Onazi reached this position so easily. Aiku thinks that if he stops Onazi right here, he will end this whole situation peacefully. Aiku bends his knees, drops his center of gravity, and prepares to tackle or block. Aiku analyzes Onazi's ability. Aiku thinks Onazi's shooting radius is huge, and Aiku tells himself he even has to be ready for a mid-air volley shot. Aiku calculates 4 possible points Onazi can shoot: up, down, left, and right. Aiku concludes that Onazi has 4 possible shot patterns. Aiku thinks in his mind that his own odds of stopping Onazi in this moment are only 1 in 4. But suddenly Onazi moves before Aiku finishes his calculation. Onazi destroys Aiku's prediction with a sudden burst. Onazi says he is a step ahead. The speed burst shocks Aiku. Isagi suddenly appears and rams his body into Onazi's shooting path. Aiku smirks and says to Isagi that this was a nice move, calling him Puppy-chan. Isagi says he will crush this shot course. Isagi forces his body onto Onazi to cancel that angle. Isagi thinks if Onazi wants to shoot from this position, he has only one possible option. Isagi thinks the odds of stopping Onazi are now 1 in 1. Onazi recognizes Isagi's instant pressure and stares back at him. But then Onazi shocks both Aiku and Isagi. Onazi twists his body in a strange way and pulls off a reverse chest trap. Isagi thinks Onazi has never done anything like that before, and this weird movement ruins Isagi's press timing. Aiku is shocked because the goal is behind Onazi now. Suddenly, Onazi jumps up and spins his body in the air. Isagi watches in panic as Onazi revives the lost shooting course by rotating mid-air. Onazi thinks that inside him there is still a part of him that can get this excited. A spectator reacts in shock, saying this is a new Onazi. Onazi's awakening talent blooms. Isagi watches him and smiles like a madman and says that Onazi's talent is blooming. Then Isagi screams that he is blooming too. At the exact moment Onazi connects his shot, Isagi also transforms his mentality. Both bloom at the exact same second of collision. Onazi strikes the ball. Isagi breaks into the same space. Onazi's eyes widen because even in this awakened timing, Isagi is still right there. But Isagi reacts instantly in mid-air and deflects the shot. Onazi is stunned and asks himself how Isagi did that. Aiku is also shocked, screaming that Isagi actually deflected the shot. At this moment, Onazi realizes that Isagi was not just awakening himself. Isagi was also provoking Onazi's awakening while powering up his own mind at the same time. Isagi was sending a silent signal that he expected a play they had never witnessed before. Neither side knew what kind of awakening would occur, and both were waiting to react at the exact instant it arrived. Thanks to that mindset, Isagi's toes respond first. A new type of predictive defense is born inside him. Isagi senses that the ball is still alive in the air. He wonders if the ball will go out or curve back inside the goal. Aiku whispers to himself, "Go in!" while watching the spinning ball drop. The ball flies toward the goal, but the goalkeeper realizes it is too much for him to handle. The ball hits the frame of the goal loudly with a metallic clong. Aiku and Isagi both stare wide-eyed. Then instantly all the players burst forward. The moment that shot clanged off the post, the entire match erupts into a mad sprint. The white-haired forward from the other team rushes in like an animal. Everyone is running at full force now, eyes burning with the desire to get to the rebound. The momentum of awakening from both Isagi and Onazi has created complete chaos, and every single striker on the pitch is now racing for the ball. Ranza Corona flies into the shooting path. Corona stretches his entire body and clears the ball in the last possible instant. Corona refuses to let the ball cross the line. Corona screams that they are not scoring on his watch. The arena explodes because Corona, who is usually calm and technical, just made a heroic rescue at the very last moment. Jinpachi Ego watches silently from above. Ego whispers the words, "a perfect victory." Ego believes this match is the perfect result of 45 days of aggressive training. Ego thinks that this win is the exact proof that striker Ego can be weaponized as a national strategy. Ego stands proud and lists the 3 reasons they won. First is the flawless execution of their mixed tactics. Second is Yoichi Isagi's no-top suggestion, which allowed maximum freedom for flexible striker play. third is Rinatoshi's new shot pattern, which opened different angles during attacks. Ego states that all these factors combined into this one victory. Isagi wanted the match to end under his absolute dominance. Isagi did not want a system win. Isagi wanted an Isagi win. Isagi steps forward and speaks to Ego from the field. Isagi asks Ego directly if Ego is actually satisfied with just this. The question shocks the air around them. Isagi's eyes are glowing with his evolving ego. Isagi is basically saying, this victory is not the end. Isagi believes he can push his ego even further. Isagi believes this match is only the first step. Don't forget to subscribe to watch next video first. See ya.